Welcome back.
Welcome back to Mickle Up Life. We're out in the garden with a not so fun update.
We had a major storm blow through last night where we had golf ball to egg size hail for about 20 minutes. We've already had the roof guys out looking that they're probably going to do a new roof, but we're here today to take a look at the effect it had on our vegetable garden.
Yep, this is the reality of living in the Panhandle of Texas. Storms blow in and they can be violent and then they blow out and then you're going, what happened? Um, so let's show you what's happened and then we'll give a wrap up. So that is a puppy. Her name is Snickers. She loves it when humans are out in her backyard with her. So here is our okra. Okra's been struggling because we haven't been getting into the high temperatures yet. But you can see there's a lot of leaf damage and a lot of broken stems. And at this point, it's a game of wait and see. I just added some fertilizer because it's been 6 weeks since we planted out, and that's the time to add more fertilizer. We are forecasted to have rain for the rest of this week, so that's a good time to do fertilizer because the rain will work it into the soil because I use the pelletized
The strawberries
fertilizer.
were nice, big, and bushy.
Yeah, you can see the damage to the leaves. Like here, you can see it's all torn up and broken up because of the hail. And then our cilantro slash strawberry slash flower, it's all laying down and sad. The little basils seem to fare well, but these poor pansies didn't so much. Mint was fine, it was protected, no big deal. The tomatoes seem to be okay. This one looks a little bit beat up. Like that whole branch is broken. Wait, you can see here where it got broken off, and that branch is gone. These two plants are Roma tomatoes, and they're determinate, so they're not going to get any bigger than whatever they end up being. The peppers are okay. It's a little bit of leaf damage there, but overall it's fine. This one did have some fruit knocked off of it. And this being a indeterminate cherry tomato seems to be good. Although I just noticed this whole thing is where, oh yeah, there's a dead branch down there that came off. So it's showing signs of stress. I would be stressed too if I got beat up. Cherry tomato indeterminate, the happiest tomato to ever entire garden, seems to be okay. This little peppers seem to have been protected probably from the cherry tomato.
There's a beetle.
Yep. There's beans are happy. There's a little bit of leaf damage, but not a whole lot. This potato seemed to be okay, although there's a hanging branch dead. But these potatoes definitely have seen better days. Lots of laying down and damage, and these.
Showing all the hail hits.
So here, that's just pointing out the hail hits where it hit the plant, and all those white marks are where they got hit by a hailstone. And these are, one of them's a watermelon, one of them is a cantaloupe, and it's pretty darn sad. Like this is a potato branch that's, probably should just go ahead and cut it. And then on this side, our herb garden, all of that was standing up and happy and full, and now it's laying down and sad, and that's catmint.
Big, happy, and bushy.
And then even our little asparagus got snapped. And here you can see the sage looks kind of holy and broken some. The lemon balm looks less bushy, but it still has enough bush to it. The thyme is completely laying down. These little plants seem to have done better, but that catmint over there is laying down too. At this point, it's a wait and see game to see how things recover. And like I said on that potato one, just cutting off the branches that are too damaged to possibly recover, and just see how the garden bounces back. I did, like I said, fertilize today, which is a good time because the forthcoming rain will help water it in. And I remember Roots and Refuge was mentioning when the plants get a lot of water, they can be stressed because they get water but no nutrition. So fertilizing.
And last night we got 2.2 inches of rain with all the hail and wind.
Yeah. Well, it was two storms. It was the first storm that had all the hail in it, and the second storm, I woke up at the beginning of it, but wasn't awake through the whole thing, and I'm pretty sure that's what brought a lot of the water. So we think this is going to be a multi-part video, so the next clip should be probably in about a week. And we can do a garden check-in and see how or if the garden's recovering from the hail. So, see you in a moment. So, originally on this video, we were going to film and then a week later show you how the gardens were springing back and recovering from the hail, but unfortunately, last night, June 7th, we got more golf ball size hail. So that's what it does to the front yard or the driveway, is all our pine trees are just dropping needles, or basically having them stripped, because not only do you get golf ball sized hail, you also get really severe wind. And you can see, I don't know if it really shows up, but it just looks like green, but our entire front lawn is covered in what do you call it? Pine tree branches and needles. This one got decimated again because it's just out in the middle of the open. And that one, these two, they're not wonderful, but they're also not absolutely horrible. I think that one got the worst of it.
The storm last night was probably softball-sized hail or close to it. Was considerable and substantial, probably for a duration of at least 20 minutes or more. We got over an inch of rain. It damaged, what you won't see is it damaged my weather station on the roof. We had substantial vehicle damage too, for any vehicle that was not in the garage. But here's a look at how things look. It's even worse than it was after the storm just 3 days ago. This is 2 major hailstorms in a period of 3 days for us. And from my understanding of social media and what I've heard around, there's places a lot worse than we are, but we're pretty bad.
Well, and we're expecting another storm this afternoon. So.
Well, here's what it looks like now.
So here, this is supposed to be a brick pathway. You can't tell it because it's covered in pine branches, pine needles, pine cones, leaves from our neighbors' trees. It's just all over. It's hard to tell on camera because it just looks green, but our grill cover has just holes completely in it. The smoker cover is the same. You can see the holes just beat into it. There's a big old gash in the top of that umbrella. But can you see all the pine cones? Can you see all the branches? See, it's just like we tried to chop down a tree and all the residue is on the ground, but it's not.
There's a lot of leaves. We do not have any trees with leaves on them. These are all coming from other people's yards.
Yeah.
All our trees are pine trees.
All of this would be basically wind damage. So, and then here over on the windows, you can see splashback all over, all the way up, like halfway up the window, there's splashback. So that's a lot.
Flowers survived.
We do have a rose that's holding on. I'm happy to see some life. There's several buds that, it knocked off that bud. well, that rosemary has always been a little bit sad. But here is our okra.
Used to be okra.
Looks like we're trying to grow pine trees in it, but no. It's far and few between that you see a plant with a leaf on it anymore. I mean, that one is amazingly good. And then here's our strawberry plants. There's still leaves on them, but it's nowhere near what they used to be. They used to be lush and full. You can see all the pine cone debris. Got a pine cone in my cilantro now for some reason. And basil.
It's just sad and depressing to look at this because we put a lot into it.
Yeah, and there's the stragglers. This one got spared last time, and even now it's doesn't look that great. This tomato plant is pretty beat up. This one is doing okay, but it also had more leaves than the other one to start with. But there's still substantial damage and just broken branches. You know, even just in a couple hours, we'll start seeing things wither even more and be obvious. Like, yeah, there, right there, you can see it got hit with hail right there, and it broke the stem. Just smashed it. Our pepper plant is actually, I don't know. You can see here. Well, no, that's not. But that tomato plant is pretty sad. I mean, this whole top section is completely broken and hanging. That, where you see the white, that's where the hail hit. And here's this one. This one actually looked good last time, and now it's really, really, really bad. Just big broken chunks and tree stuff stuck in the middle of it. These peppers were actually spared last time. I think they were protected by the tomatoes, and now not so much. It's hard to see that they'll produce anything. And those beans were wonderful last time, and now they're
gone,
straggly. And probably the most depressing one is our potato plants. They're just, oh, it's hard to see. And these were bad last time, but now they're basically gone. And then here you can see the damage on here, all the dimple marks are hail.
Steel.
Yeah, this is steel roofing material, and this
It
is
even broke through the steel.
Yeah, that's just hanging off. And if you look at the roof, there's places where you can see massive indents, like someone just punched it, and that's hail. So that roof needs to be redone. Our roof itself, after the last storm, was already said it needed to be redone, so now it's even more so. Wow, honey. Look at the corner of the roof in the corner. Look how... That is like someone hit it with a bowling ball. The whole roof is completely dented in. Can you see?
Yeah.
Right there? That's just, wow. This garden is pitiful as well. You know, the plants were laying down before, they were springing back in the last couple days, and now they're laying down again. Even our little mint underneath the, what do you call it? The irrigation drip is pitiful. And here, my flowers looked like just stems and sticks with no, yeah. And this is really sad. This is an entire stalk of geranium that's just sitting here. So it's really hard to see or think that these particular flowers will even recover from it. So at this point, we're kind of in shock. It's a lot of cleanup to do and a lot of unknowns of if it'll even recover this time. And with the knowledge that this is the beginning of the storm season, it could go on for another 2 months maybe.
Who knows? It doesn't ask us a time frame.
No.
Potential of severe weather here is relatively high for the next several months.
Yeah, and in the time I've been in Texas in this area, we've had bad hailstorms, bad rainstorms, but this is worse from the last 10 years or so. But at this point, we're just kind of scratching our head, going, even if we replanted the garden, there's no guarantee that the next hailstorm won't take it out too.
Well, there's not even, here it is, the middle of June, there's not even, for some things, there's not even enough time to mature and start producing before the fall hits. We've had a lot of these things in the ground 6 weeks to 2 months.
Yeah, so we're going to have to do some thinking and considering what our options are for the garden at this point. I really wanted this video to end happier and more positive, and look how things are springing back. And
well,
yeah,
just pray for the rest of the people and the rest of the damage here. I know there's lots more. We didn't have any broken windows to our knowledge, but we're still in the process of checking things out. There's lots of people that had broken windows and broken out windows on cars and homes, so that's going to be even more water damage. There's a few businesses that had every window on the west side of their business broken open. They got water damage inside that damaged the building, product, and even computer systems. So
yeah. On our street alone, there's several cars with broken windows and a tree that was just
in
broken
addition
to
to everything,
sticks.
it probably had 80 to 90 mile an hour winds when it blew through last night.
Yeah, like I said, all the debris on the ground is really a testament to the wind. It's just very high winds. So,
Well,
how in the world do we finish this?
well, please like and subscribe, and we're open to comments, we're open to suggestions, but we will go forward and just follow us and see what comes next.
Yep. We don't know what's going to come next, but we're going to continue documenting our life. So, until next time, feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.